Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Good Boy, a very strange movie about a man who has, you think, a dog, but it turns out to be something else. Smash a like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 12, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited, it's free. Okay, so here's how this movie goes. First off, I think it's, I want to say it's Finnish or Norwegian by the names. It seems like this couple is getting along. They're on their second or third date or something. And he seems like a handsome guy, a little shy. Girl likes him, goes home with him. They start messing around. And she finds out he has a dog, but it's really a guy in a costume. And he tells her very seriously, please, you have to treat him like a dog. It's very important that you treat him like a dog. And she goes along with it. Written and directed by DiGerolamo. I don't know. I think I'm probably saying that wrong. So I'm not sure if he traps her at the house from that point in because it's so weird, or she keeps coming back. This is a foreign movie, so it can kind of go either way. Here he takes off his dog costume at one point. But he says something like nobody's been there for him. Here he is cutting up the dog's food, but he's living as a dog, but he's being treated nicely. Frank is the dog, and the other guy's treating him like a dog, but treating him well. Written and directed by DiGerolamo. Boy, so you can see all these names. Oscar, Asil, Wade Groening. So it looks freaky. It does look very freaky. I would think the way I would write this, and this isn't necessarily what's in the trailer, but the first act would be their date, and maybe their interaction as two normal people. And at first you think it's just, no, it's going to be a romance movie. Like they're on a date. This is their second date. You get to know she's going to college, I guess. Maybe he works nearby or something. And they're getting along great. And then he's like, oh, come home with me. And he tells her, oh, I have a dog. But she hasn't met the dog. And then she sleeps with him. And the next morning, the dog comes in, and it's Frank in the costume. And he tells her very seriously, it's very important that you treat him like a dog. Now, I think from that moment on, she wants to leave because there's a scene of her going to a door and the door's locked. Like, at first, she like sleeps over and they have a great time, but the moment she sees the guy in the costume, she wants out. And he locks the door and she can't leave, I think. So she's trapped at his house, maybe because he's just insane, or she senses he's insane, or maybe just because he keeps making excuses like, oh, you can't leave because of this or that. I don't know. And then he's obsessively counting his calories, I think. But maybe throughout the second act, he keeps her there, and she's trying to escape and at the same time trying to understand, is Frank also one who is captured or not? Or is it him? Or is it his brother? Is it his like twin brother? And then like they switch places or something? I don't know. Frank was the only one who liked me for who I was. So nobody's been there for him, but he's going to be there for him. I don't know. It was his brother or whatever. But I would say the second act, it would be about the woman trying to escape and also trying to understand what the hell is going on. The third act would be maybe Frank starts to rebel and eventually takes off his dog costume. And that maybe initiates something else. Like maybe that puts him over the edge. He can't be a human. he's better off as a dog. He's under control that way. Maybe as a human, he's a psychotic killer and goes on a rampage. Um, so I don't know. But it's kind of twisted. Kind of twisted. And he uses sound effects for the barking. Here's the dog watching. Or the good boy watching. What's the ending to this? I mean, a Hollywood ending would be she finally escapes at the end, and the good boy is chasing her and dies in some ironic way. Maybe he's hit by a car, and the boyfriend is devastated, or that maybe he becomes the good boy. I don't know. It's messed up, is what it is. Would I watch it? I don't know. I think I am intrigued because unexpected, dark, creepy, Joseph Perry horror fuel. I am intrigued because gleefully epped up, horror obsessive. The trappings of it seem good. It doesn't seem like a full movie though. It feels like more of a Twilight Zone episode to me. So if it was short, it was a tight 90, maybe I'd sit through it. And because it's done in a different country, it'll have a different sensibility and pacing to it. So that probably interests me more than the actual movie itself. But I would give it a chance. It feels like more like a VOD thing for me. Like, on Amazon or something one night when I'm bored, I watch this crazy dog movie. But I don't think it would be uninteresting. Let's see if there's a write-up. Oh, here we go. Christian, a millionaire heir, meets Sigrid, a young student, on a dating app. They hit it off quickly, but there's only one problem. Christian lives with Frank, a man dressed up and constantly acting like a dog. Yeah, that's what I just saw. So, yeah, something messed up going on here. At the very least, I think it'll be interesting. Yeah. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. If you can find a more base take, I say take it. I will be on the Zoom call tomorrow at noon with the New Jersey State Library. In order to register, if you'd like to hear my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil, go to the link below, look for signings and appearances, or go to my Webcomic Factory site and look for signing and appearances there. For August 10th, there will be a register here link. I've fixed the link. You can go, you can register, and you can be part of the call tomorrow at noon. And ask me questions. I believe there'll be a Q&A, and hear my talk on the Jersey Devil. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.